I worked on this VFX mini project long enough for it to teach me what I needed. Now I'm ready for the next challenge, to take what I've learned here and apply it to something new. I was on the waiting list for a year just to get into Onizuka. I was looking for a place that was authentically Japanese and really into the craft of traditional Japanese tattooing. Because for me, this wasn't just any old tattoo. It was about my roots. Being half black and Japanese and growing up in Okinawa, the culture is the DNA of the art I like to create and what I'm drawn to. It's why I find myself at Japanese grocery stores whenever I can. It's about the food, sure, but it's mostly the nostalgia. It's one of the few ways I can still access the world I grew up in. It keeps me connected even when I'm far from it. Deciding on a Japanese dragon for my tattoo wasn't hard. This was actually an add-on to a back piece I started 9 years ago. I've had 5 sessions, each one like 3 to 4 hours of commitment to something I started almost a decade ago. Shout out to Jito for shaping how this piece came together. And even with numbing cream, it still hurts. Before I get in the zone, I need my mind and my space to be clear. All right. I've learned a lot about fusion through this project, especially working in the 3D space. And I'm not intimidated anymore, and I'm actually really confident now. So let me show you what I built in my first mini project. Doing small projects where I focus on learning one specific thing is the best way I learn. So for this one, I wanted to show me coming up from behind the panda light that's on my shelf, walking to the edge and looking over, and then dropping 3D words that you see from the floor's perspective. And to make that happen, I had to figure out how to composite myself into the clip with the shelf. And that ended up using Magic Mask and the Transform tool. Then I had to learn which 3D nodes to use between the 3D camera, 3D text, image plane 3D. And I just found out that using transform nodes after your 3D text is best practice and gives you more flexibility. And I also learned a lot more about animating with keyframes, working with the spline editor to control speed and smoothness. So yeah, I'm really happy with this one and the way it turned out. I want to work on masking next, and I'm going to practice that by working on making Instagram reels, so I'll share how that goes.